A lot is being made of Arsenal's newest addition, his summer signing that Unai Emery picked up from Bayer Leverkusen, Bernd, Leno, and his pushing Petr probably from his regular position as a top goalkeeper there at the Emirates. Shaka Hislop is here with me because you know we got to bring Shaka in whenever we have any goalkeeper talk, Shaka. So just your preference then, if we could just compare the two, what are we getting with both? We already know that we are definitely getting the experience from Petr, but is that enough to have him keep his spot as a number one?
Yeah, well, my preference would be for Petr, but I'm desperately biased here, and I'm not sure that that counts, and I don't think that comes into a reckoning for Unai Emery. But in all honesty, and as much as you understand the calls for Bernd Leno, given how good he is with his feet, he's still untested in the Premier League, and as many changes as Arsenal are going through right now, both in terms of personnel and in terms of style, there is an argument to be made that you do need some continuity, and you get that in Petr. Now, you may not get the goalkeeper that he once was, but you do get somebody who knows the league, who's composed, who's experienced, who, despite the peaks and troughs of Arsenal trying to find their feet in this new style, won't be flustered, won't be put off his game, and will be as solid and as reliable as possible. And then maybe the time comes where Bernd Leno is introduced once Arsenal do settle a little bit. So you can understand both sides of the same coin.
Now, when you're talking about Unai Emery's style of wanting to play from the back, if you could put your love for Petr aside and try and get into the headspace of Unai Emery, who would your choice be? Who would be better suited for that kind of play?
Better suited, without question, Bernd Leno. But I think we have a little way to go for that just yet. And why I understand why he stuck with Petr, at least for now, is that while they try to find that happy medium, while they try to settle on that style, there will be ups and there will be downs. And many are pointing to the first two games, I think unfairly, as downs. Manchester City will do a lot. Exactly, will do a lot worse to many teams in the Premier League this season and what we saw in the opening day of this campaign. And then the Chelsea game was an odd one. Both teams, new managers, new styles. Chelsea jump out to 2-0, it comes back to 2-2, and then Chelsea get to win it later on. And I don't feel those two games are at all reflective of what you to expect from Arsenal, and indeed where they finish. And now get those three games out of the table, as it were. Arsenal now have West Ham, who've started very poorly, Cardiff, who are many favourites to go down, and they're at home to Newcastle, who, if Newcastle of last season is anything to go by, will not be pressing high up the park. So there is an opportunity here, at least in the next three games, if not all the way till the end of October. They face Liverpool early in November, to find their rhythm, to find their style, to get used to what Unai Emery is asking for before they settle on who's their long-term goalkeeper. And in finding that long-term goalkeeper and just waiting a little bit, you saw Andre Villas-Boas do exactly the same for Spurs back in 2012 when Hugo Lloris came in and Brad Fiedel kept hold of the shirt while they figured things out, and I don't think anybody questions whether that was the right thing to do. And I think, in fact, that kind of soft introduction has served Pochettino, now Spurs manager, all the better as you see Hugo Lloris continue to establish himself not just France's number one or Spurs' number one, but one of the best in world football.
There you have it, Shaka Hislop dropping goalkeeper knowledge on us just casually.